Hello, welcome to the channel. This is the Unseen Path. Guys, this is it. We finally got brand new plastic Eldar Guardians. I saw this drop on the Gameworks website. I couldn't, oh man, it's amazing. Look at that. The models are incredible. Super interesting. I just want to go through them real quick and just look at some fine details that I haven't seen in other YouTube videos. Uh, Nothing anything amazing, just some thoughts I had about the kit possibly and how things could go. I think the Storm Guardians probably were sculpted as a base sculpts, and then the rest of these were kind of crafted afterwards. So here we have the first set right here, both of them with a top knot, and it actually looked pretty good. Games Workshop has been putting top knots on a lot of their new models actually that they're showing so far in the Eldritch Omens box. But the model on the right, he's doing the classic hand pointing pose that came from the old Guardian box kit, which is pretty sick. I like the pose on the left hand side a lot as well. It's aiming directly, I think it's ready to fire. All you gotta do is probably rotate that head a little bit, but digging both these models. Really interesting. But yeah, I really love how they updated them. They look great. And the next kit coming up, we have these two, and the model on the left is the one that you saw in the beginning, the silhouette. Really interesting pose there. He's running. I really enjoy the fact that they captured the mobility and agility aspect of Eldar in these models. And the one on the right I really like for multiple reasons. One, his presence, just his menacing presence he has right there. Just not aiming at you, but he's super intimidating. The other thing is the fine detail right here on the trigger finger. He's using what they call trigger discipline, which you're supposed to keep your finger off the trigger, and also it's elongated, very similar to in the previous kit this came out. This ranger on the right, you can see it displaying trigger finger discipline. And looking at the hand, you can see how long it is. This is interesting. This gives them that alien vibe, that alien feel. It makes them feel unique, because sometimes people forget these are elves, and they are very different, even though at first glance, they look kind of human. So I was really digging these models. And then also, the model on the left hand, look at his legs. It's the same legs in this photo, and this is one of the things I was saying before about how I feel like the Storm Guardians were probably sculpted first, and then the defenders were added with their arms afterwards, because look how well that flows. The hair, grenade, and the chainsaw just looks amazing. Just looks like it was, this model here, it looks like it was created like that first, in my opinion. The other one doesn't look bad, but this one just looks so much nicer. But I prefer the defenders personally. Also digging that half mask going on there. Although I prefer helmeted, so I'm probably not going to run that one. If I had to critique anything with these releases, is that it seems like the only hairstyle that these models have been given lately is the top knot. But in this case, we see right here, the right hand side, that model has a different hairstyle, which I really appreciate. I like that. Well, hopefully we see more of that as they release these models. Again, very agile. The female on the right is kind of leaning in a way that's, the poses to me is a little bit weird, but maybe they gotta see some more angles on. But honestly, it's nothing to nitpick about. These models are wonderful. They've updated them fantastically. I really love the agility in the model on the left. It's really awesome. And the Eldar are known for their agility and nimbleness, so I really appreciate them exemplifying it here. And here we have the next models coming up. The one on the right hand side is probably my favorite model in the box. It looks like it was carried directly over from the previous Guardian box. The first time I ever built the Eldar model is actually the one that looked exactly like this, even down to the gem placement. It's a really cool model. It's simple pose, but I think it just works very, very well. And the model on the left looks like she's shuffling around the corner, about to get the jump on someone. Or if you just rotate the head a little bit, it looks like she's laying down suppressive fire while running into cover. And these sculpts and these models were done just very well. They just look very good. And just a slight tweak, and you'll be able to have another dynamic pose without doing too much. That's really a good sign of a good kit, because they both just look amazing. And you can see right here, about to come up in a second, the picture of the Storm Guardian. You can see how the legs match on the model again. And again, I think this is another example of how the Storm Guardians were made first and then these were added on afterwards, because just how well this character flows from top to bottom. Let's look at the momentum and the energy from the feet up to the head. You have the top knot going into the wind. It looks like she's going in for like a stealth kill with the sword and the pistol just right behind her. And yeah, it's just made very well. And it just looks like the artist, whoever sculpted this, had it flowing right through. And again, doesn't look bad, but I just think the Storm Guardian was probably made there first. And the other thing I want to point out too is these helmets match very closely to the old Guardian helmets. With the previous release in Rangers, if you look right here, you can see the helmet is kind of more rounded and curved back. Wasn't sure how I felt about this, but I liked it more or not. But I'm just glad that they didn't use these helmets on all the models. I think I really like how these have maintained their classic look. I also like the swoop backness on the helmet of the Rangers, but I think it's a good call that they've kept these ones the same. It holds that classic look. And now we have a really good visual on the female armor. You can see it has a Howling Banshee belly button style, and it kind of revamped the armor. This is the biggest change, and I think it looks great actually. But yeah, you have the new updated control module for either Star Cannon or any other heavy weapon you want to put on the weapon platform. But yeah, I really love the Guardian Defenders, and now we're going to pull up the full picture of the Storm Guardians. And I think these, again, they look incredible. I noticed the Storm Guardians look a little bit more aggressive, a little more like you're in the fray and it's all frantic, which makes sense because they're a close combat unit compared to Guardian Defenders, who are going to be defending. But yeah, I really love that model on bottom right. It's probably my second favorite in the box. We have the fusion gun, and we have that serpent shield that we saw leaks about. Don't know what the rules will be, but if it does have that 5++, that's going to be pretty sick, especially if you use Protect and get a 4-up invulnerable save on these guys. In that case, these are going to be really strong. Maybe even the cheapest points per model to have a 4++. So we'll see once you get the Codex. But the Storm Guardians looking pretty solid, and I just feel really hyped about this kit. The other thing that's really exciting is that GW mentioned how every Monday they're doing this thing called Path to Preview, where they're going to reveal a new Eldar model. I don't know how long it's going on for, but probably at least a few weeks, which is a dream come true for Eldar players. But tell me what you think about this Guardian kit. Do you like it? Also, drop down a comment on the Path to the Preview, what you expect to see in the coming weeks. Yeah, I think we're looking forward to some really cool models and some awesome releases. But yeah, just let me know, and stay healthy and stay good. This is the Unseen Path.